Well, good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be with some great friends here today to celebrate the powerful reawakening of the Bourgard College of Music and Art, a cultural cornerstone right here in the Russell neighborhood. For nearly a decade now, this building behind us stood silent. It was vacant, abandoned. But today, the music returns right here in Russell. This Victorian era home is more than just a beautiful structure. It's a living monument to the hopes and dreams of generations of Black children who grew up right here in West Louisville. Caroline Bourgard, the founder of the Bourgard College of Music and Art, was a visionary who refused to let segregation silence creativity. In 1927, she opened the college and collaborated with the Louisville Conservatory of Music to bring in qualified instructors and made sure that children had access to music, art, and excellence. The Bourgard College of Music and Art was Louisville's first art school for African American children, and it became a sanctuary, a place to imagine a future bigger than what the country and our city was offering at the time. After the college closed in 2017, the building sat vacant with an uncertain future, but the urgency to save it was clear. This was not about just preserving the bricks and mortars of this building, but it was about protecting our history, our memories, and preserving the possibility for future generations. So in 2020, the property was generously donated to Louisville Metro government by the Land Bank Authority. And thanks to a $500,000 grant from the National Park Service, essential repairs started. And so today, we don't just restore the Bourgard College, we restore its purpose, and we reaffirm our commitment to the Russell neighborhood and to families who have always made this neighborhood so strong and so vibrant. That commitment is rooted in action. And so we are so excited to announce today that the West Louisville Performing Arts Academy will now call Bourgard College its home. That's right. With its own legacy of transforming lives through the arts, the Academy will thrive right here in the heart of the Russell neighborhood, proudly continuing Carolyn Bourgard's vision well into the next century and beyond. You'll hear from McDaniel Blewett, their director, in a second, and you'll hear from them momentarily as they carry the torch forward for the next generation and generations to come. Also here with us today is my colleague from Metro Council, Donna Purvis, who you'll hear from a moment as well, who's been critical to supporting this project and so much else that's going on in the Russell neighborhood, and also my good friend, Jamon Brown, who was a student here many moons ago, and today is great to have him back. This reopening is something to celebrate because it's part of Councilwoman Purvis and my administration's efforts to continue to invest in the future of West Louisville, to continue to invest right here in Russell and surrounding neighborhoods. And you can feel the positive momentum here today, just as you can throughout these surrounding neighborhoods and right here in Russell, as we move Louisville forward in a new direction. We've been very intentional about making investments in Russell and surrounding neighborhoods. Projects like the Shawnee Outdoor Learning Center that Councilwoman Purvis has been a champion of, and now, thanks to this budget that we just passed, will have the needed funds to make it a reality. And Councilwoman Purvis and I are working hard on that every day. We also supported, just north of here, the Portland Children's Museum, which ignites imagination in our youngest learners. We continue to support education and entrepreneurship in organizations like One West and Simmons College. Just on the way over here, you might have driven by the new park that we're also building, new community center, getting ready to reopen. And now with the return of the Bourgard College of Music and Art, we don't just reopen a building, but we revive a legacy. And we breathe life into a place that once nurtured some of Louisville's most celebrated African American artists and musicians. And we know that with today's announcement, that legacy will live on, and we will be teaching and educating and supporting and cultivating the next generation of artists as well. So I want to thank all of my colleagues from Louisville Metro Government who worked so incredibly hard to make this happen. All of the people from outside of our city that were great partners to us as we worked together to reopen this important institution, to have a new chapter in the history of this building start to be written as we all work together to make Louisville a safer, stronger, and healthier city. So first, let me introduce the councilwoman who represents District 5, including right here where we are today. Please join me in welcoming Councilwoman Donna Purvis.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. A lot of you all don't know that I started my life here in the Russell neighborhood. The first 12 years of life I spent here in the Russell neighborhood, and I finished grade school at Dancy Bick, which is a block away. So I'm really excited to be here. I still have passion and love for this neighborhood, and I'm so excited to see the development of this Bourgard Music Conservatory. I know that I wore Tia and Laura out with this, keeping updates. What's going on? Is it going to happen? I was so passionate about this because I know that this has a long history of music development for our youth here. So I'm so excited to see that it comes to fruition. I'm also excited about some of the other key developments that the mayor mentioned. Russell Place of Promise, the Shawnee Outdoor Learning Center, looking to partner with Simmons College since it's going to be a STEM program, and Shawnee Outdoor Learning Center is going to focus on nature and science. I mean, these are things that I envisioned when coming to office, and I'm so proud to see that it is happening. I just want to end with this. I know that I have AMP on the hook for teaching me how to play the piano. I am now going to ask people here at Bourgard to teach me how to sing so I can stop lip syncing. Okay, thank you all. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. So next, I'd like to introduce McDaniel Blewett, who we just mentioned earlier, who's the director of this great organization, to come forwards to share a few words about the exciting future that we have here in the historic Bourgard College and what it means for the future of his organization and the kids and community that he serves. McDaniel?
Hello, Louisville. I'm glad to be here with you. Give yourselves a big hand. I'm McDaniel Blewett. I'm a native of Crosby, Texas, right outside Houston. And I came up here to go to school in '69. I'll be brief on this part. And I was going to go back down to Texas and finish up. And my sister wanted to know, why are you not coming back home? Well, I met a girl. And after that, I didn't have nothing else to say. So I married her, and I brought her all the way back to visit. And we've been here residents of Louisville since back in 1969, 70. It's been a great journey being from Texas to here, transitioning. And the beauty of it is that I found there were some beautiful people down here. What I call beautiful. I mean, every one of you look great to me. I hope I have the same kind of compliment when I leave. It's good to be here. Yes, we made music. My mom was a professional musician back in the days of Sammy Davis Jr. and a lot of Dean Martin and those characters. My dad was a farmer. You don't see any farms around here, but we planted crops. And we had the complete package. When you talk about living on the farm, when the cows ran out, then the hogs, you got to catch them next. But it was a way of life that was simple, it was healthy, you ate better, the air was cleaner, and I could go on about that. But I want to tell you about this Louisville, Kentucky. When I got here and graduated from U of L, I decided I was going to get a job teaching music to children because that's what I love doing. And most people say when you do music, you don't really have a job. That's what they say. They say, oh, he's just playing music with kids and running around. dressing up in outfits and going on stage so people can clap for them. But it's wrong. When you do music, that's a job. Amen. That's a job. Oh, yes. And we gave it the best we had. And without this and without that, no building. All we needed was a space. And there was an old preacher right there on Broadway, had the Moore Temple Church of God in Christ. Someone told me the building was empty, and I needed a space. So I went down there, and he said, come on in. And we've been there with them ever since. Now, back to Louisville. I'm going back and forth, but I want to cover as much as I can while I'm here. At that time, when I found out that music and musicians were all over the place, Ron L., I got the chance to meet him. He plays too. So they weren't just children, but they were adults. Now, what I really am excited about being here is this building you see standing behind me here. 1969, we started, but we didn't start here. We started in 1973 here. And in 73, I guess we must have 7 or 8 years, they allowed me to be the director for, in the absence of Mrs. Bourgard and in the absence of Mrs. Buford, whose later her health began to fail. Thank God I had a little health left. And we went through, filling the room with music, filling the churches with recitals. Oh yeah, I know most folks don't know what recitals are anymore. But the recitals, though, that's where you get your foundation. The kids come through. That's the proudest moment when they stand up there on that stage by themselves, and their mom and dad, grandpa, grandmama's out there looking. And then when they finished that little song that didn't last but 2 minutes, everybody clapped. Yes, they did. Give them a big hand. Those kids, and from that simple applaud, we managed to build young people. One in particular, she didn't get to come. Her picture is on that plaque right there. Her name is Dawn Bozan. She came out of the Performing Arts School in Louisville, went to attend the Cincinnati Conservatory. But more importantly, when she graduated, the great Wynton Marsalis opened a jazz festival in Cincinnati and called on her to be the opening act. And she, from that audition, that's what it was. She didn't get paid. From that audition, Sony happened to be in the audience, and they decided, well, I'd like to go and be one of our tour students going to Japan and Europe, all over the world. And that girl has made us all very proud. I just wish she could have been here. She has had some health problems, but she's really doing well, and I'm glad about it. I wish she could have come. Okay. Now my time is running out, so it's time for me to sit down. If you want to hear more about what we do here, I'm McDaniel, and we don't have hours yet. I think Mayor Greenberg said this is home right now. So saying that, I'm saying this to say this. Anytime you want to come, just call the number. We'll be here. We'll be here, and we will build back better than what we had before. Thank you very much.
Thanks, McDaniel. And finally, a student of the arts and athletics, amazing singer and athlete who has called Louisville home for a long time, has represented us well in the NFL, and now is back home, cares as much about the future of our city as he ever has in supporting kids through the arts and athletics. Please join me in welcoming my good friend, Jamon Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, everybody in attendance today. When Brother Blue had called me and told me about today, originally it was to sing. And so when I got here and he audible, right? and said, "Would you say a few words?" You know, it never surprises me with Brother Blewett, and I just feel honored to be able to speak on behalf of the West Louisville Performing Arts Academy as a product, as an alumni. This is home. There's a lot of great things that has come out of home. There's a lot of great people that has come out of home. Thanks to Louisville Metro, the mayor, and all the people here that see what great things we can do when we put resources behind it. So to be able to reopen these doors, be able to have a home for the West Louisville Performing Arts Academy, for me, it's a dream come true. I remember late night practices in Moore Temple and Christ the King and the journey here, and my journey off to the NFL, and to come back home and to be here. You know, it's I'm speechless. And so thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Louisville Metro. Thank you to everybody who had a decision and played a part in making this happen. And like Brother Blewett said, we'll build back stronger and build back better. Thank you.
Well, thank you all very much. We're really excited for everyone to see the inside of this amazing renovated building as its next chapter comes to life for the future of West Louisville kids and families. And on behalf of Councilwoman Purvis, myself, all of Metro government, McDaniel, if you can come back up, we are proclaiming that today is the Bourgard College of Music and Art Day in honor of this wonderful event and the beginning of the next chapter of the music, memories, and futures that are going to be made in this building. Congratulations, and thank you all, and I hope everyone enjoys seeing the building.
Okay, 3, 2,